Ever wondered about the root cause of the border dispute between Guyana and Venezuela? Let's delve into it. This is not just a squabble over a piece of land but a historical conflict seeped in colonial power plays and national pride. Understanding these old disputes is crucial, as they continue to shape our world today. Our aim? To dissect this conflict piece by piece from its origins to its present state. Join us as we journey through the annals of history to understand this conflict better. Opening. The heart of the conflict lies in the Essequibo region. This vast expanse of land is more than just a geographical area. It's a symbol of national pride, a source of rich resources, and the root of a historical dispute that has shaped the destinies of two nations, Guyana and Venezuela. The origins of the Essequibo dispute take us back to a time when empires were built and borders were drawn. In the colonial era, the Dutch were the first Europeans to lay claim to this region. But as history flowed like the mighty Essequibo River, the British took control, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the region's saga. The Essequibo region, rich in resources, became an object of desire for both the British and the Venezuelans. From gold and diamonds to timber and fertile lands, the Essequibo was, and still is, a treasure trove. Its strategic location with access to the Atlantic Ocean added to its allure. As the British solidified their hold over the region, tensions escalated. The Venezuelans, who considered the Essequibo as part of their territory, were not ready to let go. The British, on the other hand, were determined to maintain their control. The stage was set for a conflict that would span centuries. The Essequibo dispute is not just about land, it's about identity, sovereignty, and the right to control one's destiny. It's a dispute that has shaped the political landscape of both Guyana and Venezuela, and continues to do so. Closing. So, the Essequibo region became a bone of contention between the two countries, a region desired for its wealth, contested for its strategic position, and fought over for its symbolic significance. As we delve deeper into the history of this dispute, it's important to remember that behind the politics and the diplomacy, there are real lives and real communities that call the Essequibo region home. The dispute took a turn in 1899. A tribunal was assembled to arbitrate the border disagreement, a panel composed of jurists hailing from Russia, Italy, and Switzerland. The British and Venezuelans each pinned their hopes on these arbitrators, expecting them to bring a definitive end to the contention that had been simmering for centuries. The tribunal, after careful consideration, came to a ruling. They decided in favor of the British, drawing a line that established the current borders of Guyana and Venezuela. The world expected this ruling to conclude the dispute, to draw a line in the sand, so to speak, and end the contention. Yet, as history would have it, this was not to be the case. Venezuela, dissatisfied with the tribunal's decision, refused to accept the verdict. The ruling, they argued, was unjust, favoring the British and disregarding Venezuela's historical claims to the Essequibo region. This rejection of the tribunal's decision was not a fleeting act of defiance but a stance that Venezuela has maintained throughout the years. This decision set the stage for the tensions that continue to this day. It was a turning point that, rather than resolving the dispute, only served to further entrench the disagreement, creating a conflict that would persist throughout the 20th century and into the 21st, a conflict that still shapes the geopolitical landscape of South America. As if the historical dispute wasn't enough, recent developments have added fuel to the fire. The Essequibo region, already a point of contention, has now become a hotbed of economic interest. In the past few years, significant oil reserves have been discovered in the region. This discovery has not only intensified the territorial dispute but also attracted the attention of global powers and multinational corporations. The black gold, as oil is often referred to, has the potential to transform the economies of both Guyana and Venezuela, countries which have been grappling with their own set of economic challenges. But who gets to benefit from this windfall? That's where things get complicated. This newfound interest in the Essequibo region has led to a flurry of diplomatic activities. Nations both near and far have weighed in on the dispute, urging both countries to find a peaceful resolution. The United Nations, as well as regional bodies like the Organization of American States, have been instrumental in facilitating dialogue between Guyana and Venezuela. While these diplomatic efforts have yielded some progress, a definitive solution to the border dispute remains elusive. The stakes are high, and with the discovery of oil, they have just gotten higher. The Essequibo dispute, a relic from the colonial era, has now become a geopolitical chessboard, with the rich oil reserves as the prize. These discoveries have brought the dispute back into the international spotlight. The conflict hasn't just been a political issue, it's deeply affected the local populace and economy. The ongoing border dispute between Guyana and Venezuela has left a significant mark on the lives of the people living in the region. The uncertainty of the border has disrupted daily life, with families living in fear of potential flare-ups and conflicts. The economic impact has been equally profound. The Essequibo region, rich in natural resources like oil and minerals, has been a focal point of economic contention. The inability to clearly define ownership of these resources has hindered development and led to missed opportunities. The dispute has also impacted the wider Caribbean region. The continuous tension has strained regional relationships, complicating diplomatic ties and impeding cooperation on broader regional issues like economic development and environmental protection. Furthermore, the potential for conflict has attracted international attention, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. The involvement of global powers driven by strategic and economic interests has further destabilized the region, creating an atmosphere of unease and uncertainty. Indeed, the dispute between Guyana and Venezuela is not just about a line on the map. It's about people, their lives, their future, and the stability of an entire region. The dispute has left lasting scars on both nations and their people. To sum up, the Guyana-Venezuela border dispute is a complex issue with roots deep in history. We've delved into the Essequibo dispute's origins, the decisive 1899 arbitration, recent developments, and the impact on the region. This long-standing conflict continues to shape both Guyana and Venezuela, influencing their people, economies, and international relationships. Hopefully this video has shed some light on this complex issue. Please subscribe for future content, like and share to spread the word, and remember, understanding history is key to understanding the present. Thank you until next time.